This weekend's divisional matchups, we've got a lot of history between two opposing quarterbacks. We know about Brady and Breeze. Lamar and Josh Allen have draft history, but there may be no more intricate history prior to their pro careers quite like Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes. Let's do it again. It's a Friday. Let's go back in time. On Sunday afternoon, names like Kelsey and Hunt and Hill and Garrett will be out there making plays. But this one, Chiefs versus Browns, it's all about the team's two starting quarterbacks. And it's about their shared history, another showdown, and perhaps a shootout for the ages. You see, Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield, they're no strangers. Way back when, they were both under-recruited and under-celebrated quarterbacks out of the state of Texas. And in 2013, it was a scrappy, undersized, walk-on quarterback at Texas Tech named Baker Mayfield who hosted Patrick Mahomes on his official Texas Tech visit. As the story goes, it was Mayfield who helped convince Mahomes to join then head coach Cliff Kingsbury and Mayfield in Lubbock to join the Texas Tech Red Raiders program. And he did it over a steak dinner and video games. Sometime after Mahomes committed to Texas Tech, Baker Mayfield fell out of love with Texas Tech. He transferred to Oklahoma, and he began his long trek back to being a starting quarterback in the Big 12. Fast forward 3 years later, 2016, and Mahomes, now the starting quarterback at Texas Tech for Kingsbury, is facing the 16th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners, who are quarterbacked by none other than his recruiting visit host, Baker Mayfield. Texas Tech fans wore shirts that said "Traitor" on them. This one, it was Mahomes and it was Mayfield. And this one was personal. And the evening that followed goes down as one of the greatest, if you love offense, or one of the worst, if you appreciate defense, football games ever played. It started off with Mayfield throwing a 56-yard touchdown pass to Joe Mixon just 97 seconds into the game. And it followed with another Mayfield touchdown strike, this time to Dede Westbrook on Oklahoma's next possession. 4 minutes into the contest, Mayfield already had 2 touchdowns against his former team, and there were plenty more to come. Texas Tech responded with a touchdown on its next drive. And then Mixon ripped off a 46-yard run for Oklahoma. And then Mayfield and Mahomes exchanged matching 23-yard touchdown passes in the final 40 seconds of the first half. Oklahoma led at halftime 30-24. At the end of 2 quarters, there were already 54 points scored in the game and a combined 862 yards of total offense. But the two quarterbacks who knew each other quite well, they were just getting started. The third quarter was a game of ping pong when it came to passing touchdowns. Baker threw a touchdown. Then Mahomes threw a touchdown. Then Baker threw one, which was just an amazing one-handed catch by Joe Mixon for the score. But then Mahomes threw another one, and then Baker answered and threw one more, which was an incredible scramble drill play that turned out being a 34-yard touchdown strike to close out the quarter. The third quarter alone saw 5 passing touchdowns between Mahomes and Mayfield. In short, it was nuts. And then the fourth quarter started, and it got even crazier. Mahomes kept throwing and throwing and throwing. Patrick Mahomes would attempt 88 passes in this game. Yes, 88 pass attempts. But Baker and Oklahoma kept answering and answering and answering. At one point, it was 59-45. And Mahomes showed just a glimpse of what he would do over the course of the first 4 years of his NFL career, hurling one of his now patented back foot passes and hitting Kiki Kuti on a 56-yard touchdown strike to cut the deficit to a 1-score game. But Oklahoma would answer with yet another Joe Mixon touchdown. All right, so it's done, right? No. Mahomes then would go on to throw a 5th touchdown pass just a few minutes later. But Mahomes and the Red Raiders would simply never get a chance to get the ball back because Baker and Mixon put the game on ice by converting a first down. The game finished, but the numbers were pure insanity. Final score, Oklahoma 66, Texas Tech 59. Baker Mayfield threw 7 touchdown passes in the game. Patrick Mahomes threw for 734 passing yards. The two teams combined for 1,700 yards of total offense in one game. It's an FBS record that still stands today. Years later, Cliff Kingsbury joked about the game, saying, at some point, you run out of plays. When you're calling that many plays and that many pass plays, you end up just drawing stuff in the dirt. On Sunday night, Mayfield and Mahomes, one of them the host of one of the most important recruiting trips in Texas Tech football history, the other one the guest, square off yet again for one more battle. This time, the game probably will go a little different. Or, who knows, maybe it won't. Here are the stats from that game, which just feast your eyes on it. Mahomes and Mayfield, the histories are really cool because there's no real bad blood between the two of them. Mayfield hosted Mahomes on his recruiting visit. Mayfield then fell out of love with the school. There's a whole story about how he left Texas Tech. He got replaced by Davis Webb, said that's garbage, I was injured. He transfers, eventually gets back on the field. But they played last year or 2 years ago. The Browns lost to the Chiefs, but I look at this here and I ask you guys, your reaction to that game. But Kyle, you were oohing and on throughout it.
Amazing.
What would this mean for Mayfield if he beat Mahomes on the pro level in the playoffs, and just how, I guess, narrative changing is not even the word, like earth changing.
Totally changes the
Mayfield, these guys care about slights. They both keep track of them. They both keep them in their wallet, track those things. I'm just so stunned watching that. Like, people didn't want Mahomes in the draft. Like, we sat here with them. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, everyone's like, system this, system that. It's an incredible thing. It would mean a lot for Baker. Peter, the Baker hosting Mahomes on the recruiting trip.
It's crazy.
I would like some details on that. Because as you host someone, there's usually two objectives. It involves getting drinks and making friends. Did you know if he did?
I don't know the making friends. I know that they played video games. Literally, that's what Mahomes said. Like,
and probably competed.
We played video games all night.
I can see
How
that.
cute is
Jesus Shuttlesworth?
That's what I'm. Yeah. Bought it.
What's fascinating about Baker to me is that he played for a legacy program in Oklahoma. He was the #1 overall pick. He is a Heisman winner, yet he somehow has latched onto the underdog role so well. It's rare. It shouldn't be the case, yet it somehow is. And he does well in that role. If he beats Mahomes, he's Kingslayer. That's the end of story. He has now vaulted his team into a Super Bowl contender. That's what it does.
Final Four.
It totally changes the way we look and talk about this kid, Baker Mayfield, who is seen as an underdog through every layer of his career. It's wild.
He ain't a kid anymore. He's a man if you beat Patrick Mahomes. He's a man right now anyway. But I feel like it's less about Baker Mayfield because he knows what it feels like to beat Mahomes. It's more about the elevation of his career and how we look at him as now one of the elite quarterbacks. Like, it only takes one game. It took an entire season for us to write him off. That sophomore slump was real. But if he beats Pat Mahomes, now all of a sudden we go into next season, you know who's in the conversation as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL? Baker Mayfield. It only takes one big game, and this could be it for Baker.
Peter, are Chiefs fans sitting at home going, hey, cute story.
Yeah.
Cool. He's going to
Probably.
do this, he's going to do that. We're going to beat him by 50.
Chiefs fans are saying he was throwing to Mark Andrews and Joe Mixon, and they had Bob Stoops. Like, look, honestly, I think this is going to be a battle between the two quarterbacks. Baker's going to have to make a couple big plays. I don't think it's going to be 28-0 after one quarter, I'll tell you that. And lastly, I would just like to thank everyone behind the scenes. You guys don't know how hard it is to get college footage on this show.
Hey.
And to edit that.
Yes, we do,
And
Peter.
I wrote a script. It was easy for me to write the script. They paired everything I said in the script to that amazing footage. So everyone on the back end who works on Good Morning Football, thank you. And I hope the viewers enjoyed seeing a little college football from 2016.